Yo guys, it's MartydudeVR, and today we're going to be talking about the Pimax Crystal Super 8K OLED optical engine. So this has been a long time coming. This isn't a review, this is a first impressions, and the gameplay you're watching right now is actually my first time using it. So I recently got it from Pimax, so yes, Pimax sent me this, and this is kind of a interesting experience. So originally I got the first micro OLED engine and it didn't work, unfortunately. So I sent that one back and they sent me another one that actually works. So I was like, okay, Ace of Thunders came out, and this is a very anticipated flight sim game. And you guys know, I only really use Micro Super for flight sim because I mean it's literally like, to me, the flight sim headset for flight sim. And after getting it back and everything like that, I actually got to test it on Ace of Thunder, and I must say I'm actually very impressed. So the unboxing process is, as it always is, just a very simple unboxing, and I am blown away by how cool it looks. So with the ultra wide, the 57 ppd, the 50 ppd, they all look very similar, but this one I noticed has the smallest in terms of lenses, especially the lens size. Now the lens size is obviously going to be smaller because there aren't giant micro OLED lenses yet in the market, as you can see. And usually with Pimax, you're expecting big lenses because it's kind of Pimax way of doing things. It does have 3840 by 3552 resolution per eye. They say about 116 degrees FOV horizontal for broad view, and it does go up to 90 hertz refresh rate. So all that full video rendering, basically the full software setup with Pimax that you usually get with the 57 ppd and the 50 ppd. So what I put it on for Aces of Thunder is the glare. The glare is actually really apparent around the edges of the display. Now, some people can get close to the lenses for the Pimax Crystal Super. I get decently close. I actually need to change out my base gasket so I can get closer, because if you're not close to the lenses with this optical engine, you will see a lot of glare on the edges. I did notice a little bit of chromatic aberration. I wish I had prescription lenses to really put it through its test. But I will say that after testing out the 57 ppd and the ultra wide, this is a giant step up in terms of vibrancy, colors, and I would honestly say clarity. Now, I also haven't seen any other reviews like from Omni, whatever, nothing like that. So I'm going in with like fresh expectations and not a lot of other people's opinions. I just kind of want to give you guys what my general first thoughts are. OLED optical engine is the lack of FOV. The FOV is a lot smaller. The binocular overlap definitely doesn't feel as great, but it's still pretty good compared to a lot of other VR headsets. In terms of the full review, I'm definitely going to put it through its pace in terms of measuring that FOV. But this video literally was just me playing Aces of Thunder. So in terms of comparing this, our first impressions, to other 8K micro OLED headsets, I feel like it really stands out because they feel a little bit bigger than the competition by a little bit. So when comparing this to other wired 8K micro OLED headsets like the Meganex Superlight 8K, or, well, yeah, I guess that's really it. This is a different experience because you get a lot more FOV than the Meganex. But if I'm comparing it to wireless 8K quote unquote OLED headsets, then I would say that this and the Play for Dream MR are really close. But there's a little bit of those distortions and stuff like that you don't get with the streaming of PC VR. So I would say this has a slight edge, maybe, over the Play for Dream MR. Maybe. Now I'm definitely gonna do like side by side tests. I want to confirm that before I put that out as my official statement. But yeah, there's been a lot of different things I've noticed with this micro OLED, especially during this play session. And I gotta say, Aces of Thunder is a very mixed bag of a game, because the game to me is really beautiful. I actually like the vibrancy of the backgrounds and the different weather effects, stuff like that. And I will say that the colors in the game really pop with the micro OLED experience of gaming. I would say that it actually was really good. The only problem I was having was staying in that sweet spot. The sweet spot is very small, very small, because the lenses are a lot smaller than we're used to with the Pimax headsets, like I said before. So we're looking for that very wide FOV Pimax experience. You're not going to get that here, but obviously this is for people who like micro OLED. QLED and micro OLED are very close when it comes to Pimax products. But if I was comparing this to the 57 ppd and the micro OLED, I would definitely take the micro OLED for that increased clarity. So that's really increased clarity and colors. Like it's just better. I'm gonna be honest. In terms of performance, I really didn't have any issues. I am rocking a 5090, guys, so my performance is gonna be different than a lot of you guys, and I recognize that. So I was running 1.0 resolution, and I was doing the FSR. So I was using the FSR, doing some super resolution stuff like that too, because I like to do that because I mean, realistically, most of the time when I want to be able to run at higher frames, so at that higher 90 FPS, especially in a flight sim, because it's very rare you kind of get that. I was having like no issues. I think with the smaller FOV, I think it does help a lot when it comes to rendering and stuff like that. So you kind of can save on performance, because I think even on these settings on the 57 ppd, I want to say I got less frames. I really want to say that. I'm gonna have to go back and check, but yeah, I could actually read the dials on the plane without prescription lenses and stuff like that. I mean, clarity is nice. The clarity is very nice. Now, I don't think that the visual experience is gonna be for everybody, and I might actually have to go watch some more reviews and really watch Omni whatever, because he has the technical terms that I personally don't know, that I actually want to learn more so about for reviewing, because he has very detailed like breakdowns of this stuff, and I actually want to learn more terms so I can give you guys more like thoughts on the visual aspect of a lot of these optical engines and headsets, stuff like that. So I'm definitely gonna do some more learning. But obviously, as a person who has reviewed a lot of VR headsets in the past, and still growing, I think this is pretty cool. I do. I want to test it out some more. You're gonna see some more videos of me playing random flight sims, stuff like that. I do have Star Citizen VR planned, so I'm definitely gonna be playing Star Citizen VR and getting my impressions with the micro OLED, because I heard Star Citizen VR port is actually pretty decent. I actually talked to the team, so I should be getting some more correspondence really soon to get added to their creator thing, so I can actually make some content in Star Citizen. But if you guys are interested in the Pimax Super, I do have videos on that and the Crystal Light. I think they're having some sales right now, so if you guys don't check that out, put that in the description below. I do have a discount code also if you want to use that. But right now, I'm very impressed with the micro OLED. I really don't have any big complaints other than that glare. And hopefully I can put up some through the lens videos to kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. Hopefully it shows through the video. But yeah, so far, definitely good first impression. I have no really big qualms other than that sweet spot and that glare. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I will have a video going over Aces of Thunder real soon, because I have some very big opinions about this game. I personally don't think, I think it's very unfinished, and I'm going to address that in a full video by itself, because I don't want to mix those two up with this and this and that. But yeah, Aces of Thunder, we gotta talk. Yeah, we gotta talk, and we're gonna talk probably later on this week, if not the day after this video comes out. But that being said, with MartydudeVR, remember guys, let's do with a VR headset and a new optical engine. Peace.